Hello students, welcome to TeachusMart. Let's continue our journey through direct and inverse proportions. In previous sessions, we've seen that if one quantity x varies directly with another quantity y, then we can also say that y varies directly with x. That is, they are in direct proportion. That is, x proportional to y or y proportional to x. But every situations are not always like this. Let's see an example. A car takes 3 hours to reach a destination by traveling at the speed of 60 km per hour, 6 hours to reach the same destination at a speed of 30 km per hour, and 9 hours to reach the destination at a speed of 20 km per hour. If the car reaches the destination in 30 hours, then what will be the speed of the car? Here, when the car travels at a speed of 60 km per hour, it takes 3 hours to reach the destination. If the speed changes to 30 km per hour, it takes 6 hours to reach the same destination. And if the speed is 20 km per hour, it takes 9 hours. We have to find the speed of the car when it takes 30 hours to reach the destination. Is this in direct proportion? Let's check. Here, we can see, as the speed of the car decreases, the time taken to cover the distance increases. Conversely, as the speed increases, the time taken to cover the distance decreases. From this, we can clearly understand that this is not in direct proportion. Here, the speed of the car and the time taken are inversely related. That is, the speed of the car varies inversely with the time taken. If we decrease the speed of the car to its half, then the time taken is doubled. If we decrease the speed of the car to its 1/3, then the time taken becomes thrice. That is, when the speed decreases by 1 by n times, then the time increases by n times. When the speed increases by n times, then the time decreases by 1 by n times. That is, speed of the car varies inversely with the time taken, or the time taken varies inversely with the speed of the car. In general, if one quantity x varies inversely with another quantity y, then we can also say that y varies inversely with x. That is, they are in inverse proportion. That is, x is inversely proportional to y, or y is inversely proportional to x. Here, the speed of the car is inversely proportional to the time taken, or the time taken is inversely proportional to the speed of the car. We know, in order to remove the proportionality symbol, multiply the RHS with a constant. That is, speed of the car equals a constant multiplied by 1 by the time taken, or time taken equals a constant multiplied by 1 by the speed of the car. See, here these two equations are saying the same thing. So by cross-multiplying, we get speed of the car multiplied by time taken equals a constant. We can find the constant here by taking the product of speed of the car and time taken in each case. We get 60 km per hour multiplied by 3 hours equals 180 kilometers. 30 km per hour multiplied by 6 hours equals 180 kilometers. 20 km per hour multiplied by 9 hours equals 180 kilometers. speed of the car multiplied by time taken equals 180 kilometer. Which is the constant? Here, the constant is the distance covered. That is, the speed of the car multiplied by the time taken equals 180. Or, speed of the car equals 180 multiplied by 1 by the time taken. So in general, if x and y are in inverse proportion, then xy remains same or constant. That is, x is inversely proportional to y. Or x equals k multiplied by 1 by y. That is, xy equals k, where k is a non-zero constant of proportionality. Thus we can say, if y1 and y2 are the values of y corresponding to the values x1 and x2 of x, then x1 y1 equals x2 y2. Now we can find the speed of the car when the time taken is 30 hours. Take x1 equals 60, y1 equals 3 and y2 equals 30. Then, by applying the condition x1 y1 equals x2 y2, we can write 60 multiplied by 3 equals x2 multiplied by 30. That is, x2 equals 60 multiplied by 3 divided by 30 equals 180 by 30. x2 equals 6. That is, when the car takes 30 hours to cover 180 kilometer, the speed of the car equals 6 kilometer per hour. Let's have a quick recap. Today we discussed a topic, inverse proportion. If one quantity x varies inversely with another quantity y, then we can also say that y varies inversely with x. That is, they are in inverse proportion. That is, x is inversely proportional to y, or y is inversely proportional to x. Before winding up, let's check how much you understood by doing an activity. Which of the following are examples of inverse proportion? First one, more buses on the road, less space on the road. Second is, the number of people doing something, and the time it takes to do it. As the number of people increases, the time it takes to finish decreases. Third is, when you buy more apples, you will have to pay more money. That's all for now. See you all in the next class.